highlights of the show.
Start over.
Okay. Should I say that?
Yeah.
For now?
Mm-hmm.
Hi everyone, I'm here at the Red Deer Museum and Art Gallery, looking at the Red Deer College year-end exhibition called ADAPTATION. My name is Robin Lambert, and I'm the chair of the Visual Arts program at the college. I'm going to give you a tour of the exhibition and just touch on some of the features that we include in the exhibition. Just get this handed over and we'll start the tour. So every year at the end of the school year, we work with the Red Deer Museum. They host us having an exhibition. And this year has been a little bit different for most of our students, as we have had them working at home. So that has led to some different art practices, some different content, and students working on different scales. Often they have a large studio to work at, but this year, they're working at their kitchen tables, they're working in their basements, perhaps they're lucky if they have a workshop or something like that. And it's created some different types of work. That said, throughout it all, we have managed to stick with our principles that we teach. We teach drawing, painting, sculpture, ceramics, 2D installation work, and alternative strategies. And within those different areas, we have particular subjects we like to cover. So I'm just going to show you some of those as I walk around the gallery. I'm going to just talk quickly about this piece here by Rihanna Cornelson. And this piece here is an example of using different materials that are available to us. So this piece was made at home, I think in her kitchen. And you can see she's made a quilt out of a phone book. And within the quilt are these silhouettes of home. And there's a couple themes you're going to see as we walk through here. One of them is the pandemic itself. Another one is home and where we're working at all the time. And then there's some classic recreations of work that you might recognize from any year. So it's a really interesting mix. Some of the things we often look at is what I'm going to highlight here. This one is a still life. This is by Carolyn Gilchrist. It's called Garden Tool Study. And you can see here, it's exactly what it says it is. It's a study, a still life study of a common tool. Other things that we make sure we've managed to cover this year was still life. Every year we make sure that our students get out in painting and drawing and manage to cover still life. This piece here is by Anthony Hoffman, and it's called Driveway to My Grandpa's Cabin 55. In sculpture, we also like to look at pieces that are installation pieces, pieces that take up a lot of work. And this piece here, again by Rihanna, is a piece made out of recycled garbage bags woven together. I'll get up close so you can see some of them. So you can recognize those maybe as shopping bags. Recognize some symbols there. And this piece is called Paper or Plastic, 5 cents a bag. And at the bottom, she has a paper mache ball full of coins to weigh the piece down and create the stretching energy it has. You'll also see that some themes that are maybe more apparent to our particular timeline are here. This piece is called Disregarded. And this is types of garbage that maybe we wouldn't have seen before are becoming more apparent on our streets. That piece is by Kelsey Robinson. Another subject we often work with, is the artists will work with the self-portrait. One of the things that's the easiest model, or easiest thing to draw is yourself. Not the easiest thing, the most accessible thing to draw. This piece is by Emily Becker, and it's called 2020 Self-Portrait. I mentioned before we have ceramics and sculpture on the wall here. This is a piece of bronze by Danica Koester. It's called Eye of the Beholder. It's an interesting take on a bronze piece. It's a wall piece instead of a normal plinth or tabletop piece. And down here on the plinth below it, we have a variety of different ceramic boxes that were made by the ceramic students. It was difficult for the first term. All the students were at home for all of the classes. But for the second term, we were able to get some students in person into the college, where we were able to finish some ceramic pieces and sculpture pieces in the shops. This piece here is a painting by Colby Barkholz. It's called A Portrait of Frank Stella. This year's exhibition is a little smaller than normal. It's a little more intimate. Students were a little more cautious on submitting work this year. This piece here is by Bethany Miller. It's a woodcut print on mulberry paper, and it's called Paradise. What's really impressive with all the prints that we have this year is often those are made at the college with a press. But this year, these were all made at home with do-it-yourself techniques and materials. Here's a landscape painting that was done in the fall by William Armstrong. This is called The Green Onion, and those of you familiar with Red Deer may recognize this particular landscape, or landmark, I mean. A lot of the work that was submitted to instructors this year was submitted digitally. So we wanted to make sure that some of those works were recognized here at the museum. So one of the things we included was for students who lived far away and perhaps couldn't make it to the college to submit work, were out of town. They were able to submit work digitally. Excuse me. They were able to submit work digitally, and we have a TV screen that's running with additional works. We don't normally do that. We usually have only physical works, but we thought this year that'd be a good idea to include everyone. This is another landscape, a timely landscape piece by Will Armstrong, titled Untouchable. Just going to go look at one more piece around the corner, and then I'm just going to, whoops, I've lost control of my camera. Hello. There we go, coming back. We'll end here on this piece here. It's called, it's by Carol Lynn Gilchrist, and it's called Ending a Zoom Call. I thought it was very appropriate as the first piece you see when you come into the gallery, and the last piece you see also. We're going to be putting up more recordings, some live and some pre-recorded, highlighting different pieces of the exhibition. And keep an eye out for those. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick walkthrough, and come back later for to check out some more details on other pieces. So thank you very much.